So all magnetic fields are due to electric charges in motion. That is a typical, right? So we have to go down to the atomic level, right? Okay, so we can consider, right, electrons which are orbiting around the nucleus. Now, since electron carries negative charge, right, the magnitude is pretty small, 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 19 coulomb. Okay, so the basic ideas, whatever you are looking at, you must have covered it in magnetism, right? So here we are having this current loop which is created by electron. The same charge is moving around one typical axis, right? Okay. So the where is the axis located is on the nucleus, and this particular electron moves around. That's a very simple idea about the electron movement around the nucleus. And right now we could take this as a circular loop, right? So in this case, we are getting the magnetic field created by this small current loop because the charge is in the motion. Charge is in the motion, so it constitutes your current. And this is pretty very small current you are looking at, right? Okay, provided we are aware of the time taken by one electron to move around the nucleus, we'll get the sufficient idea of the current. And employing that current, right, and the area, what is the area, right, how far it is basically moving, we'll get the magnetic moment. So we are treating this particular small tiny current loop as a dipole, small magnetic dipole. So there are two motions right now associated with the electron, but we know that physically one is their orbital movement, but one more is added. You might have learned it in the atomic physics. So because of these two motions, orbital motion and spin motion, right, we are getting two magnetic moments associated with these two motions. Because charge is in the motion, it makes current, and current gives you the magnetic field, right? So these are the two dipoles moment we have created because of simple electron motion. One is orbital magnetic moment and second is spin magnetic moment. Now here Bohr magneton is written. So such particular small tiny current loops are there associated with each and every electron. So if we take a large atom, there are so many electrons are involved. Okay. So right now we are not getting into the orbital case. We are getting simple in terms of current loops. We are getting simple terms of current loops created by this particular electron movement, and this current loops created the magnetic dipole moments. Okay, and all these electrons, they are not giving one typical direction, right? So that all the magnetic dipole moments get arranged in a systematic alignment. So what is disturbing it? The thermal orientation is disturbing it. But within atom, there is a specific arrangement of electron, specific arrangement of electrons. But when you consider atom to atom, right? Definitely this arrangement, even if the atom is having net magnetic dipole moment, because of the thermal disorientations, all the atoms, they cannot add together, right? So that it's possibility, right? In some cases, some material, there is a possibility. In general, we are referring to this. Okay, so when there is no magnetic field applied, so you can see this figure, right? So the orientation is around along any other direction. Okay, we are not into domain structure. Let me tell you, right? That is a further idea. But as soon as we apply magnetic field, there this particular disorientation start decreasing, and this magnetic pole will start aligning with this applied magnetic field. So essentially, out of nothing, we are getting, right, some good magnetic behavior. Okay, this alignment is there. Now, this alignment is typically expressed in terms of magnetization, like we have polarization in electric case, we have magnetization in this case, right? So such sample, right, where these dipoles are start getting aligned in the applied magnetic field, right? we are calling that this particular sample is getting magnetized. This particular sample is getting magnetized, right? So magnetization is defined as the magnetic dipole moment per unit volume. Okay, with respect to this magnetized specimen. Even in the case of ferromagnet, we can increase this magnetization. We can decrease this magnetization. Okay, but there is a permanent settled magnetization in the case of ferromagnetic sample.